Thank you so much for the positive and constructive feedback I've been getting from people. People are telling me your cards are beautiful, but please break down to me and show me how to use your cards. Okay, so basically what I did was this book labels the Kabbalah constellations associated with the tarot cards. So I labeled the tarot cards with the Kabbalah constellation that's in this book. Then I referenced this book and I labeled the stars and the lunar mansions within that constellation. Now, for my personal practice, I reference this book to interpret my tarot cards. Now, this book comes with this tarot card deck, which I absolutely love and I treasure, and I take very good care of these cards because I know these cards are old and they're hard to come by. Let me just show you. In this book, it shows you illustrations of the cards, but these are these cards here. Now, I followed here in the book. I write in all my books. I tried following the order here with the Roman numeral in the cards. Now, you're wondering what all this is right here. So in Linda Goodman's Star Signs and Secret Codes, in that book, there's this Chaldean Hebrew Kabbalah numerical alphabet. So I took this was in this book, and I just labeled here my book, just making notes and whatnot. Okay, let's break this down for you guys, okay? Roman numeral 1 is the magician. The Kabbalah constellation, according to this book, for the magician, we have Taurus and Orion. This is the first edition. In the first edition, Roman numeral, magician, name of the constellations, and the name of the stars, the lunar mansions. I tried to keep it English and Arabic as well. Second edition, I only label the tarot card by the Roman numeral. So you know Roman numeral 1 is the magician, and we have Taurus and Orion. I don't label the stars. They're just called the first, second, and third Manzil. And then I have here the sigils. I put Agrippa sigils here as well. Third edition, you have the Roman numeral. I do not label the constellation. I just label the tarot card. This is the magician. Okay. Second edition, I label the constellation. Third edition, I do not label the constellation. First edition, I label everything. Roman numeral 2, the High Priestess. Cassiopeia is a Kabbalah constellation associated with the High Priestess. First edition, I labeled the tarot card, the constellation. Second edition, I only labeled the constellation. Third edition, I only labeled the tarot card. Roman numeral 3, the Empress. The Kabbalah constellation associated with the Empress is Virgo. Virgo, Empress. I only label the constellation in the second edition. The third edition, I label the tarot card. And I am following here the order here that's labeled here with these Roman numerals. Okay. Roman numeral 4 is the Emperor. Kabbalah constellation associated with the Emperor is Corona Borealis, Hercules, and Lyra. First edition, I label the Emperor. Roman numeral, you have Hercules, Lyra, Corona Borealis. I labeled some stars that are associated with Agrippa sigils right here. Second edition, I did not put down the tarot card. Its name is just a Roman numeral 4. Roman numeral 4 is associated with the Emperor. The constellations are here. Now the third edition, I do label it. This is the Emperor, and I do not label the constellation. Roman numeral 5 is Hierophant. Here we have Kabbalah constellation is the Aries. First edition, I labeled everything. Second edition, I just Roman numeral and the constellation. The third edition, you have the tarot card and Roman numeral. We have Roman numeral 6, the Lovers. Now, here, he has different names. For the Lovers, it's 2 paths. The Emperor is a sovereign. Empress is Isis unveiled. So, but I just try to keep it more, it was easier for me to, Roman numeral number and the name, because some of these names I'm not used to them when doing my tarot card practice. But this is a very good book to reference. Okay, let's see here. So we're on the Lovers. The Kabbalah constellation with the Lovers is Antinois, Aquila, and Sagittarius. First edition, everything is labeled. Second edition is just the constellations are labeled. And third edition, I actually wrote, it's the Lovers. This is, I label here, the tarot cards. Roman numeral 7, the Chariot. Constellation associated to that is Ursa Major. As you see, Chariot, Ursa Major. I only label the constellation in the second edition. In the third edition, I label Chariot. This is the sigil associated with the Agrippa sigil. Okay. Roman numeral 8, we have Justice. Justice, in this book, Justice is called the Balance. Roman numeral 8. So here we have Libra is a Kabbalah constellation associated with Justice. Libra. Here I just label Justice, third edition. Okay, we have Roman numeral 9, the Hermit, Boots. We have Kabbalah constellation associated with the Hermit card is Boots. Okay, Roman numeral 10, we have Wheel of Fortune. A Capricorn is a Kabbalah constellation associated with the Wheel of Fortune. So here we have Roman numeral 10, Wheel of Fortune. We have Manzil, Agrippa sigil. I labeled everything in the first edition. Second edition is only the constellation name. Third edition, I label it Wheel of Fortune. Okay, Roman numeral 11, we have Strength. Kabbalah constellation associated with that is Leo. Leo, Strength, first edition. Second edition, I only label the constellation. Third edition, I label the tarot card. Roman numeral 12, we have Hangman, we have Perseus is a constellation, Kabbalah constellation associated with that. So first edition, I label everything, Perseus to Hangman. Second edition, I only label the constellation. And third edition, I labeled it Hangman. And Agrippa sigil with that star. Roman numeral 13, we have the Death card. And Draco is the Kabbalah constellation associated with that. Roman numeral 14, we have Temperance. The Kabbalah constellation associated with that is Aquarius. First edition, I labeled everything. Second edition, I only labeled the constellation. And third edition, I labeled the tarot card, Temperance. Okay. Roman numeral 15, we have the Devil. We have Uruguay. Devil, Uruguay in the first edition. Second edition, just a constellation. Third edition, we have the Devil. And these cards are available for sale at www.makeplayingcards.com. Sell Manzil Tarot. Okay. Roman numeral 16 is the Tower. Constellation Serpens Opitui, or the Serpent Bearer, and Scorpio. So I made Scorpio a little bit darker, and I kept this one in the foreground. I made this constellation Scorpio a little bit darker because here I labeled the lunar mansions. Agrippa sigil. So first edition, everything is labeled. Star names. Second edition is just labeled by constellation. Third edition, it's labeled by the tarot card name. We have Roman numeral 17. It's the Star. Kabbalah constellation associated with the Star is Andromeda and Pisces. Roman numeral 18, we have the Moon. Kabbalah constellation associated with the Moon, we have Cancer, Canis Minor and Canis Major. First edition, I label everything. Second edition, I only label the constellations. Third edition, I only label the Moon. I label it the Moon. And we have Agrippa sigils associated with those stars. Okay. Roman numeral 19, we have Gemini, is the Kabbalah constellation associated with this card. It's the Sun card. I labeled the Sun, Gemini, labeled the stars. Here we have only the constellation is labeled in the second edition, and the third edition, I labeled it the Sun. Roman numeral 20, Kabbalah constellation associated with this card is Cygnus. First edition, labeled Cygnus and Judgment. Second edition, I just labeled the constellation. Third edition, I labeled the tarot card, Judgment. Okay. Roman numeral 21, the World. We have Ursa Minor, and it's the Kabbalah constellation associated with the World. And finally, we have the 22nd tarot card. Roman numeral 22 is the Fool. Kabbalah constellation associated with that is Cepheus. First edition, I labeled everything. Fool, Cepheus. Second edition, I only labeled the constellation. Third edition, I labeled the tarot card. Again, these cards are available for sale at makeplayingcards.com. I hope you enjoyed the video.